I spend a lot of time at my desk, especially this productivity desk setup at my office.
And I'm always trying to keep my workspace clean and my brain in that focused flow state where you can just sit down and get things done. The problem is that almost every piece of tech around us is designed to interrupt that. Notifications, apps, random reminders, sidebars, all of it.
So when I came across Terminal, it clicked with me right away.
Instead of adding more to your screen or feeding you more things to look at, it actually does the opposite. Terminal is a simple 7.5-inch e-ink display that quietly gives you the information you want without trying to pull you into anything else. The idea is pretty straightforward. Terminal is a small, ambient productivity screen that you can put pretty much anywhere. Your desk, the kitchen, your hallway, an office meeting room, anywhere that benefits from a quick glance at useful information. The interesting part is that everything it does is powered by plugins. According to Terminal, they started with a few dozen plugins and now have more than 78 first-party ones, plus hundreds of private plugins created by the community. You can show your upcoming tasks, weather, countdowns, stock tickers, and more, even fun things like quotes from The Office. Because it is a 1-bit e-ink screen, the Terminal team designed their own visual system so the widgets look much richer and cleaner than you would expect from a screen that technically only shows one color.
The whole purpose of Terminal is based on a simple observation.
Most software tools that are supposed to help you stay productive usually end up distracting you. You open up your calendar and suddenly you're checking your email. You open Safari and end up answering messages instead. You check the weather and somehow end up scrolling on your phone. You know the picture. Terminal avoids that entirely by only showing the specific pieces of information you want in front of you. It turns into a calm, ambient layer you can glance at for one moment and then immediately get back to what you were doing.
Again, I normally have mine sitting at my desk here, and what I've noticed now since I started using it is that I feel less tempted to jump between apps.
The screen updates on whatever schedule you choose, whether it's every minute, every hour, or just once a day. And since it's e-ink, it never glows or grabs your attention the way a normal display does. Right now, I have my Notion priority task list, a plugin that shows how many days passed and are left in the year, which helps put things into perspective, and the weather shown, which are all super convenient. It ends up working like a quiet status board for my day instead of another screen yelling at me.
One of the coolest parts about Terminal is how open it is. Developers can create their own plugins
and bring their own hardware into the Terminal ecosystem, or even build their own backend systems if they want to. If you're not that technical, you never have to touch that side of it either. But if you like tinkering, there is a ton of room to build your own dashboards or custom screens. This is why Terminal works both for personal setups and also shared family spaces or offices. Terminal comes in black, white, clear, and several special edition colors, all priced at $139. Sage and faux wood are available, and only the gray edition is currently sold out. Again, the screen itself is a 7.5-inch e-ink panel, and because of how e-ink works, the battery life is surprisingly long. Depending on how often you refresh the display, it can last anywhere from 2 months to a year and a half on a single charge. If it refreshes often, it still lasts a month, and if it only updates a few times a day, it lasts well over a year.
Overall, though, Terminal has become one of the simplest but most helpful components of my workspace here.
It doesn't replace your apps and it doesn't try to be a productivity hub, but it just gives you the things you actually want to see without pulling you out of your work. If you want a cleaner and more intentional workspace, or if you just prefer having important info visible without unlocking your phone or switching tabs or apps, Terminal fits that perfectly. I'll have a link below if you want to check out different models or the plugin library.
But anyway, that about wraps things up here. This is a super cool product, and thank you again to Terminal for supporting the channel here and sponsoring this video. Expect more content coming from me soon about the iPhone 17 specifically. I love this phone and I want to share my thoughts on using it for like 2 weeks or so stay tuned for that, and also content on iPad, Mac, and more. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.